still glow. 2020 top back pressure's up. Yankees don't talk, they show. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Judging the bots, game on tilt. Ball gone quick, ain't nothing built. Swing so clean, you can frame that stat. He don't need hype, just a lumber in the bat. Ben Rice heat, don't blink at the plate. Rookie with a swing like a flip the state. Fast hands, power zone locked in. With 22 step up, they know it's a win. Full bay moving like a ghost through dirt. Quick on the bag, clean with the work. Backhand grab, spin and fire. Gold in his glove, Bronx born wire. South Bronx cold, but the bats stay hot. Yankee blood deep, give it all they got. Pinstripes loud in the heart of the game. 2025, they ain't playing for fame. Lights down low, but the team shine bright. BX pride in the playoff fight. One goal, one grind, never fold. Chasing that ring like the Bronx been told. Road on Dylan like a Bronx Street King. Slider cut deep, that pitch got sting. No smile, just ice when he's up on the hill. Pressure don't crack when the Bronx is still. Jasper Dominguez, power unreal. Martian mode when he step in the field. Switch his smooth, got the future in reach. Ball take flight like it left the beach. Big G loading when that bat release. Sound like thunder over 61st Street. Shots to the moon, no warning sign. Pitchers regret when he crossed that line. South Bronx cold, but the team stay high. Yankee blood deep, give it all they got. Pinstripes loud in the heart of the game. 2025.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone. If you celebrate that, happy Cinco de Mayo to you. And happy birthday to my lovely wife, too. It's her birthday. So after this, we cut the cake and do all of that stuff. But anyway, the Yankees are going up against the San Diego Padres today after a tough, crazy loss, man. Yet last night, I don't know if you saw the post game that I did last night. Some questionable moves by Boone. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But nonetheless, man, it's a new day, and we got a tough team ahead of us, man. We're facing the San Diego Padres. Let's take a look at the lineup over here. Let's take a look at this lineup. All right, so where we at? Okay. Batting first, we got Trent Grisham playing center field. Batting second, Aaron Judge playing right field. Ben Rice back in the lineup playing DH. Paul Goldschmidt batting fourth, playing first base. Cody Bellinger batting fifth, playing left field. Anthony Volpe, shortstop. And he's batting sixth. Austin Wells at behind the dish. Oswaldo Peraza playing third base. Okay, so Cabrera's taking the night off. Excuse me. Jorbit Vivas playing second base, and Carlos Rodon on the hill tonight, man. Hopefully Carlos Rodon gives us a good outing like he did last time. Let me say what's up to the chat really fast. Let's say what's up to the chat. We got here Ken. What's up, Ken? Hey, brother Darren, our house, Padres versus Yankees. This is gonna be a good one. I think this is probably even though the Padres are not 100% right now. I was watching your series preview, Ken, and you're right, man. The Padres are not 100%. We'll take a look at their lineup in a second too. But Jackson Merrill isn't in the lineup. I don't know if he's back off the IL or not. Tatis has been laboring some injuries too recently, so hopefully that plays in our favor tonight. Hopefully, but their pitching is gonna be tough. We're most likely gonna get rained out. We'll see. They've said that all weekend, and it hasn't happened. I hope not, because I hope if it does rain, I hope we just get rained out. And if it doesn't, if it's just gonna like rain a little bit here and there, I hope that's not the case, because the Yankees don't play good in bad weather. Let's face it. Whenever it's inclement weather, the Yankees they half-ass it out there. No Jason Dominguez. He is now officially our fourth outfielder. Yeah, you're right. Jason Dominguez is not in the lineup. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough, man, because you're paying Cody Bellinger a lot of money, and also Cody Bellinger's glove is just better than Dominguez. Like, let's face it, Dominguez, I get it. You gotta put him to play if you want him to learn the position. But yesterday he misplayed a ball, and it didn't look good. I mean, it didn't look good. Even though I'm a believer in Dominguez, I think we got to be patient with him, and he will He's gonna be a good big leaguer, hopefully a great one. But time will tell. Time will tell. Let's look at the Ken says Cronenworth and is out of the lineup, and so is Arias. Yeah, let's look at the lineup for the Padres real quick. So the Padres, leading off for the Padres is Fernando Tatis. Let's zoom in here. Fernando Tatis leading off for the Padres, playing right field. Arias is in the lineup. He's playing first base. Okay. Hold on, let me refresh the page and make sure that this is actually the lineup real quick. And nothing's changed. All right. Yep, that's the lineup. That is the lineup. Let's go ahead and so Tatis is leading off. Oh, Luis Arias playing first base. Manny Machado playing third base, obviously, batting third. Xander Bogarts, the Yankees are very familiar with him with when he used to play with the Boston Red Sox. He's batting fourth, playing shortstop. Campusano, I think that's how you say his name, is DH. Gonzalez playing left field. Diaz catcher. Wade playing second base, and Lockridge playing center field. So no Jackson Merrill. That's good news for the Yankees. But the bad news for the Yankees is that they have Nick Pivetta pitching, and he's been phenomenal this year. I mean, the Padres, they got a steal with Nick Pivetta. But let's see. The Yankees are very familiar with him too. They're very familiar with him. He's a fly ball pitcher. Hopefully the ball is carrying at the stadium if they do get the game in. And hopefully some of our fly balls, they fly out the park, hopefully. He's a right-handed pitcher, so that kind of goes to your point, Ken, that Dominguez is officially the fourth outfielder because I mean you want to see Dominguez at the left side, batting from the left side, and you would think he'd get more playing time with a right-handed pitcher, but I guess Boone had other thoughts, man. And I get it. You know, Bellinger hit a home run yesterday, so you want to get him going. You don't want to give him a day off after a big home run like that. Um, and and Trent Grisham he's been good. He's been good. So I get why Boone has Dominguez on the bench. Um, do I agree with it? Not 100%, but I understand the thought process behind that. I do. Um, and to be honest, man, with Judge at right, Grisham at center, and Bellinger at left, that is our best defensive outfield right now, in my opinion. Um, yeah, so that's the lineups right there. That is the lineups. It's gonna be a fun one, man. This is a series I've been looking forward to. Even in spring training when I first saw the schedule, I did not expect the Padres to be as good as they are, but here we are, and they're pretty good. I'm gonna pull up the standings because I believe they're like a half game out of first place, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at this real quick. Um, yeah, they're a half game behind the Dodgers. So the Padres are 22-11, Dodgers are 23-11. Excuse me. And right behind them is the Giants at 22-13. So that's a tough division. Even the Diamondbacks are 18-16. So yeah, that's a tough division. The Yankees right now, we're currently in first place, 2 games ahead of the Boston Red Sox, who are 18-18 right now. So they're playing flat. They're playing 500 ball even. The Blue Jays are 3 games behind at 16-18, and the Rays are tied for third place at 16-18, and then the Orioles are way back there. But even the Orioles, look, Yankees are in first place right now. We're only 5.5 games ahead of the last place team, which is the Orioles in our division. So I mean, look, we're a bad week away from being anywhere. Like we could be in last place come this time next week. So we got to play well. We got to play well. Ken says, well, let's get Everson Pereira up here. Dominguez won't get any better if we play him. I mean, I think you're right, man. You want to play him a lot, but my thing is that they start calling up and bringing back down players, man. They probably don't want to waste options like that with Dominguez. But I hear your point, Ken. You want this guy to be playing every single day, especially if he's gonna be uh if he's your future outfielder. You want him playing every day, especially if you're gonna have him at left field. You want him playing left field every day, whether it's at AAA or at the big league level, preferably at the big league level. But I don't think they'll do that right now. Maybe later on when DJ comes back and we start getting some of these players coming back and they have to really start looking at the 40 man and the 26-man roster and sending some people down and DFAing some people, they may do that. But I personally think that if you ask Dominguez, if you ask him personally, like, hey man, would you rather be up here in the major leagues and play 3 nights a week, or go back to AAA and play every day? I think he say he wants to be in the major leagues. So we'll see how that pans out. We'll see how that pans out. Being that he's not in the lineup today, tomorrow we have Michael King. So I expect him to be playing against Michael King. I truly do. And I guess it's all contingent on how Grisham plays. So we have another right-hander tomorrow, and then on Wednesday we play Dylan Cease. Where's Dylan Cease? Yeah. So we have we're going against 3 right-handed pitchers. So he's gonna get some playing time in this series. I can guarantee you that. If he doesn't, that's just outrageous. It's just outrageous. But yeah, man, the like I said, the Padres are hot, man. They're 2 stars. Fernando Tatis Jr. is hot. Manny Machado is hot. We'll pull up Tatis' stats right now. They're both playing very well. Machado, he's matured a lot over the years. He's not the same player we saw when he was with the Orioles. And he's a leader. The Padres are tough, man. They're a tough team. They're a scrappy team. Good thing we're not playing at what's it, Petco Park, the name of their ballpark, because their record over there is like crazy. Why is the stat not pulling up? We'll fix that later. What's the word on Volpe? Volpe is in the lineup. That's the word. So I'm assuming that, like, they already said it. Look, the test came out negative, and for whatever reason they said, with the exception of some stuff that's been there since the past. I don't know what that means, to be honest, but apparently he's good. I don't know why he wasn't good yesterday. Maybe they just wanted to give him a full day off, but he's in the lineup today, so I'm assuming that he's good to go. He is good to go. I'll be honest. Yesterday, I realized how much we need Volpe. I really did. Not saying nothing against Oswald Peraza, but Volpe is just to me. And I get it. I haven't seen enough of Peraza, and he's never had a chance like Volpe, but he's just better than Volpe, in my opinion, right now. And that could change. Maybe Peraza, he's getting a lot more playing time. Maybe he does play better. Ken says, so why didn't we pinch hit him when we were in the shits? Who knows, man? That was yesterday. Honestly, regardless of who, when Boone messed up from the beginning when he put Pablo Reyes in to start the game yesterday. That messed him up. And then when he put Vivas in to replace Pablo Reyes, that really messed him up, because if Volpe wasn't available, then now you have no position players on the bench. And then, even with all that being said, when JC Escara came up to the plate with the bases loaded, you have to put in Ben Rice there. And at the very minimum, you had to put in Wells. You don't leave that up to a guy who's literally not even had a full glass of coffee yet at the big leagues. So that's where he messed up. And then he ends up bringing in Rice anyway. But at this point, you got first base open. Why are you going to pitch to Rice? So they walk him unintentionally, intentionally, if you know what I mean. So they walk him. And it was just it was poor management, in my opinion. And look, it happens, right? It happens. I hope that Boone learns from it. Hopefully, but those are the kind of stuff that it can't happen later in the season, and definitely not in October. That kind of stuff cannot happen. Let me get to some of these chats. Yep. Yeah, they 14-4 at Petco Park. Yeah, they playing very. At one point, they were undefeated. So see, they had won like 10 in a row at their ballpark. D-Rel says he's looking forward to this game. What's up, D-Rels? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too, man. It's gonna be a good matchup, man. A good solid matchup. Freaking two big time teams, man. The Padres are they're big time, man. Last year, I understand that they lost some players and it's not the same team they had last year, right? But they're still very, if anything, maybe they're even better this year. They look a little better, and they're good, man. They gave the Dodgers a run for their money in the division series last year. And even the Dodgers players, even the Dodgers said that that was like the World Series to them. Like they knew if they could beat them, they could make it all the way. That was their toughest opponent. Um, D-Rose says, "What's good, bro?" Oh yeah, what's good, man? But yeah, man. So what do you think? What are your predictions, man? Who do you think steps up big? You think Aaron Judge is gonna continue the hot streak? He had a double yesterday to continue his on base streak. Man, he's incredible, man. Aaron Judge is incredible. Now I would like to see more timely hitting. That's what I want to see. I want to get let's get the big hit. Can we get a walk off or something? Just a big hit, like in a big clutch situation. Let's do that, man. Let's do that. Let's show them. Let's show the league, right? Because I'll be honest, man. I listen to MLB radio every morning on my way to work. Sometimes at work, and they don't give the Yankees a lot of respect. The narrative is, yeah, well, look at their division. We look at it's always something. Well, yeah, Judge is doing great, but look at the ballpark he's playing with. He's like a grown man playing in a little league field. Just a lot of things they say. I feel like I'm not gonna say they're biased against the Yankees, but they definitely, especially when it comes to Aaron Judge, they definitely don't put enough respect on his name. Yeah, I think the Padres are probably better this year too. They're dangerous, man. And a lot of that is that Fernando Tatis he's just been on fire. He's having an MVP season so far. Whether he could keep that up, we'll see. He looks a lot smarter, a lot more disciplined at the plate. Um, I don't watch a lot of Padres. I might catch some highlights here and there, but he does look different. He does look more disciplined. He's not swinging at everything. He's still let's be honest, he's still braggadocious, man. He's still freaking swagger crazy and he's gonna pimp his stuff and some of those antics I like but sometimes he gets a little overboard with it. He does go a little overboard, but hey man, that's you know, the kids love it, I guess, and it's exciting, man. It's exciting. So I'm excited to see what happens, man. Hopefully we compete and we get some W's. And at the very minimum, at least give them a run for their money. Show them that we're not just some pushovers, We're not just pushovers. We're not just pushovers. I do want to comment on something. I was watching your show earlier, and I think you had a comment by Lou, and Lou said that this is why he look, I'm paraphrasing here, but he says something to the effect that we're gonna see how good Judge really is facing National League teams or something like that. And I was hoping that you would have shut him down, man. And I get his point, but I don't think that it's Judge. We faced already two National League teams. We've seen good hitters. Oh no, he said if Judge gets shut out by the Padres, then we know, and kind of making it seem like, oh, if he was in the National League, his stats won't be this good. And I beg to differ, man. I think Judge is he's the best hitter in baseball, whether you put him in the National League, whether you put him in the American League, whether you put him in Japan, whether you put him in the Dominican Republic. He's a great hitter. Um, and that's the kind of stuff that I was talking about. That a lot of I don't know, man. I feel like they downplay a lot of what Judge is doing. And I hope that he keeps it up, man. I really do. I hope he shoves it right down all the haters' throats. and proves everybody wrong. Yeah, Jazz is on the IL. Um, and he's got to sit down for a while. And I'll tell you what, though, I'm not even mad at it. I think that Jazz. I think like no, you don't never want to see a player get hurt, right? But I think it came at the right time, man. Maybe give us some time to reset, think about things, kind of just relax a little bit. Don't not have to worry about pressing anything like that. And hopefully he comes back and he makes some adjustments and pitch and plays well. Because Jazz was he was looking lost out there. Let's be honest. Ken says Judge is gonna see a steady diet of sliders away and low and away. Yeah. The thing with Judge, right? When Judge is on, because that's how they pitch him. Low and away, high and tight, up and in. But when Judge is on, he lays off those pitchers. Even if they're strikes, he just lets them go. Because it's not his pitch. Unless he got two strikes, then he might chase it and try to take it the other way. But that because that's and no batter's perfect, right? You have cold zones somewhere, right? Somewhere in that box. Nobody covers the whole strike zone perfectly. So when he's on, he lays off those pitchers. And he freaking makes you pay whenever you throw it in the zone. So we'll see. We will see. I think Judge will have a big series. I think he will. And look, Judge hasn't even displayed his full power yet. So I really believe even with it's crazy. He's batting 420 something right now. But all that being said, I really believe that Judge is not even clicking yet on all cylinders. I feel like he has more like he hasn't even gotten hot yet. And that's crazy. That's scary. That's scary. And let's take a look at Aaron Judge's numbers right now, real quick. Judge is batting 423, 11 home runs, 33 RBIs, 31 strikeouts, not bad. On base percentage of 510, and his OPS is 1287. Just crazy. Ken says no doubt the Padres would not be upset if they walked. Yeah, and that's why everybody behind Judge, specifically tonight, is Ben Rice. Whoever's behind Judge, they have to be a threat. If not, they're not gonna. At some point, they're not gonna pitch at Judge no more. I remember when Barry Bonds was like, when he was just dominating the league. At one point, they wouldn't pitch to him at all. Like he might have gotten one pitch a night to hit. And I hope it doesn't get to that with Judge. And that's why it's so important to have somebody behind you who's can hit. Judge doesn't need the protect. At this point, it's not protection. It's not any of that. It's so that they actually pitch to him. And even then, they might not pitch to him. Even then, if he keeps hitting the way he's hitting it, it's going to get to that point where they're just not going to pitch to him. What's the point? Why? If nobody else is doing anything, why not? So that's that. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough matchup. So after this 3-game set versus the Padres, the Yankees get a day off, and then they go to the West Coast to face I believe it's the Athletics and then the Mariners. And the Mariners, we already know they got great pitching. But I expect the Yankees to have a good West Coast trip and and dominate. This weekend was the past two series were frustrating because we were playing against teams that are mediocre and we played down. I feel like, especially yesterday. Yesterday was just a frustrating game altogether, just from the beginning to the end. It felt like a punt game. I know the Yankees would never admit to that, but I mean, just look at the lineup. Just look at the lineup. Look at the pitchers they brought out there. It felt like a punt game. It felt like they were saving all their bullets for this series, for the Padres and the Yankees. Even the Clark Schmidt side soreness or whatever, he got scratched from the start. In hindsight, now I'm thinking about it, and uh, was he really sore, or was it just the Yankees trying to just kind of shuffle the rotation a little bit so that way his start falls on the Padres? I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. They would never admit to it, obviously, but I look, I've seen crazier things, especially with this team and this organization. I've seen crazier things. What do you guys think about the decision last night, or yesterday, the decision to leave Ascara in there with the bases loaded? You know what's the worst thing, right? The worst thing, right? Because if Ascara would have hit to a double play and a run would have scored, it would have been like, okay, I would have been mad, but at least a run score. But he hit a little dribbler and nothing got done, man. The double play was what was it? It was the pitcher to the catcher. Was that 1-9-3? Something like that. No, the pitcher's two, right? So it was a 2-1-3 double play. Or whatever it is. Whoever knows how to keep score, how to fill out the scorecard, you let me know. It was just the worst thing that could have happened. I would have rather him strike out than hit into that double play like that. Ken says that's why I don't give a damn about left switch, the left right switch that the Yankees are in love with. I prefer to see Goldie hitting behind Judge. Yeah, man, but that's an analytic thing, and that's Boone's thing. He likes going lefty righty, lefty righty, lefty righty. I mean, I get it to an extent, but it wouldn't hurt to go lefty righty righty lefty, and then lefty righty lefty righty, whatever the rest of the way. Or 1-2-3 double play. Damn, it just sounds bad. 1-2-3 double play, that easy, right? Yeah, I haven't filled out a scorecard in a long time. When I was younger, I would buy books of the scorecards and I'd listen to the game on the radio and fill out the scorecard. That's what I would do for almost every game, man. I wish I would have kept those things, man, because there was some good games on those scorecards. But that's how obsessed I was with baseball when I was younger. Um, yeah. So, what do you guys think, man? What do you think on the series? You think the Yankees they win a game? You think they win the series? You think they sweep the Padres, or you think the Padres sweep us? Let me know your predictions. I like to see, and then we'll revisit it later. I'll screenshot it or something, and we'll revisit it. I think the Yankees take 2 out of 3 for some reason. I think they'll take 2 out of 3. I know a lot of people are thinking the Yankees are gonna get swept, and I'm like, I want to be a little more optimistic than that. They'll take 2 out of 3. Hopefully we take this game, and maybe Clark we lose tomorrow, and then get Wednesday with Max Fried pitches. Ken says every game I attend, I keep a scorecard. Drives me my wife crazy. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It's fun. I like keeping a scorecard. I don't do it now, man, because most of the time if I go to a ballpark, I'm with my kids and stuff, and it's a lot going on. But yeah, I mean, before I used to do it like just watching the game or listening to it on the radio. But when I was younger, like most of the games were on at that time it was the MSG network. I don't know if you guys remember that. And so I just listened to the radio. The radio was free. I listened to every game on the radio and do my scorecards or whatever it was. And that's how I used to follow my Yankees. Ken says the Yankees take games 1 and 3. Game 2 is yeah. I'm with you, Ken. I think the same thing. Um, and hopefully, if we get a sweep, even better, even better. What time is it? 3:28. Trying to look at some. Let me pull up Tatis's stats. I know I pulled it up last night, but I can't remember what his stats were. But I know that he is on a tear. He's on a tear. Oh, I spelled it wrong. And remember, guys, if you want to pull up anybody's stats, all you have to do is hit dollar symbol and the player's name, preferably the full name, and you'll see the stats pull up right there. So there's Fernando Tatis' stats. He's having an MVP year. You know what? Let me see if I can pull up the whole um San Diego team stats. If it's working. Let's look at some league leader stats instead. Look at the home run league leaders. What's going on? Try Manny Machado. Ken, you got to put Manny Machado. If the only the last, like, if you put just the last name, it'll only work if the player's like on the leaderboards for some reason, because that's where it looks first. But if not, like, I'll pull it up for you. Just put Manny Machado, and it pulls it up. Manny Machado is batting 295, 3 home runs. The power numbers are not quite there yet, but he's having a good season. Only 23 strikeouts. I'm not sure how many at bats he has, but yeah, he's having a great season. I want to see the leaders, the on base percentage leaders of the league. So if you want to look up like on base percentage, put dollar symbol OBP. So Aaron Judge is leading the league 510, Pete Alonso 468, Marcelo Zuna 447. He's having quite a year. George Springer's still doing his thing. Well, that was it. Oh, come here, Roxy. Everybody say hello to Roxy. It's my baby right here. Say something, Roxy. Rah, 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 rah. But I think that's gonna do it for me. I don't want to be in here and boring you guys. What time the game starts tonight? I should have probably looked at that, right? Uh, okay, 7:05 Eastern. So for me, that'll be 6:05. It's in a few hours. So yeah, I'll be on here tonight. Probably later on tonight, maybe at like 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll do the post game. And I'll probably do an open mic if you want to join. Anybody can, or anybody else. I'll have the open mic set up so that way you guys can join and speak your mind. Hopefully it'll be we'll be talking about good things from the Yankees. Right. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Everybody have a blessed Monday. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And I'll see you guys later today. Let's go, Yankees.